Hello everyone, welcome back to another BrickSide Chat. This is BrickSide Chat number 27, and we have a couple questions today, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Our first question is from Daniel Johansson, who asks, when you restarted your BrickLink store in January, did you already have a brick color from your previous feedback and sales? And the answer to that question is yes. We did have previous sales, so we did have a previous brick color and feedback. I think we started a blue brick. I think that's what we started at back in January. For those who don't know, the brick next to a user's name represents how much feedback they've gotten from other users. So it's a kind of cool little reward. For example, like the yellow brick is a feedback rating from like 10 to 49, where the blue brick is anywhere from 50 to 99, and then our current one right now, which is the green brick, is anywhere from feedback rating from 100 to 499. So I'll leave a link in the description to kind of all of the awards and all of the different levels of and colors of the brick for you guys to read more about. That's just a quick overview. Moving on, our next question is from G Blocks. He asks, we sometimes struggle to find the correct color. Do you guys have experience with color guides, or what would you suggest? Personally, we do not have a color guide at the moment, but I know a lot of people do recommend creating a color guide. The best way to just go about that would be probably just buying a big plate off of BrickLink and then starting to buy little tiles of the different colors and labeling them next to them. It all comes down to your personal preference and how it would best suit your needs for what your color guide looks like. I know there's a few examples of them out there, and I know a few people would definitely help you out either in the Discord or in the comment section down below to find the best solution for a color guide for you. So definitely make a color guide, because the colors on BrickLink can really screw you up, and it's really hard to match when you don't have the physical brick in front of you. So that is what I would recommend. The next question is from Willem Burt. This is a question we've been getting asked a lot recently, and it's, do you live off your BrickLink store? The answer to that question right now is no. We don't pay ourselves for the BrickLink store right now. Everything that we make for the BrickLink store is reinvested back into the BrickLink store. So that actually relates to our next question from Lego Boy Roblox. It says he's a new seller on Roblox or on BrickLink. I apologize. And he's wondering if he should reinvest all of his money or he should just stick with the parts he has right now. And the best way to answer that question is, how big do you want your store to get? Personally, everything, like I said earlier, is reinvested back into our store so we can grow our store bigger and bigger. I know a lot of people recommend this because even though you won't be making an immediate profit from your BrickLink store, you'll definitely be making a bigger profit over time because all of your money is being reinvested into buying sets or used parts or anything that can help you grow your store to a bigger size. Moving on to our next question, DC Bricks. I want to start a BrickLink store, but I also want to build mocks. Should I have my own inventory, or can I take parts from my BrickLink inventory? This is also another good question. A lot of the time, people who have BrickLink stores are also Lego hobbyists. So they want to still be able to build things, especially mocks and other buildings that they have had for a while. And the best recommendation for this is just have a BrickLink inventory, but understand that there's the potential for every piece in there to be sold the next day. So if there's a piece you specifically want, make sure that is taken out beforehand. Personally, like it was mentioned earlier, Paul does take pieces out from here every once in a while, Evan does, I do. We all take pieces out every once in a while just to kind of use in our own builds. We just have to remove that from our BrickLink inventory so it can't be accidentally sold. And if there's a part we specifically want, we have to make sure it's taken out beforehand so it doesn't sell potentially the next day. Next question is from Doug Ross. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. And he asks, related to our sales recaps videos, when you talk about the dollar amount in orders, is that including shipping or is that factored out completely? The answer to that question is, for the best way to get our overall income for the month, we do include shipping in that. So everything, including all extra fees, shipping, or anything is included in that overall number you guys see on the sales recaps. From there, we can then part out that number into the separate categories like the additional fees or the shipping or what we specifically made off bricks for that month. So that big number is just the best way for us to see what our total income is for that month and the best way to represent it to you guys. Next up, Eric from Vaughn's asks, when you fill an order, how do you get the little checkbox on the invoice? You guys have probably seen that it's on the left of the orders page. You get the little invoice thing with a little check next to it. That happens after you send the invoice. So if a customer requests an invoice, you have to click on where that check mark would be, a little, looks like a file icon. You just click on that, it'll pop up a little screen. You just fill out the information there that says where you need to send the payment to, and then you click send invoice. And that'll send the invoice to the buyer. So it lets them know how much they need to send to your whatever payment method you use. And then you'll get that little check mark right next to the invoice or on the invoice file icon. If you guys need a little more help navigating BrickLink, I'll put a card up in the top right that is all about from our Navigating BrickLink series. And that'll definitely help you out a little bit. I think it's mentioned in there. And lastly, from Ben's Brick Store, if you don't ship through PayPal, do you still get PayPal seller protection? And this is related to the pirate ship video we just did recently. And the answer is yes. You don't get PayPal seller protection if you're not shipping through PayPal. That they would not honor your protection if you're shipping anywhere else. So do keep that in mind when you are using from pirate ship or any other international shipping or shipping company. You do not get PayPal's specific seller protection if not shipping through PayPal. Ben did also mention in that comment that you can ship cubic from PayPal as well, and he did a little bit of research into that. We're also going to be doing some research into that. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Definitely something we wanted to look into, and we'll give you guys an update on that and how that went after we do a little bit more research on it and see what is actually the better method, pirate ship or PayPal's cubic feature. That's all the questions we have for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Check out our Discord down in the description. There's always a ton of people on there that will help you out with any questions you need immediately answered, and we're always on there as well pretty actively. We also have our Patreon link down, and be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps us out.